Hey, 大家好. Today we will have another whiskey tasting with 2 new whiskies from Mackmyra. At the end of this live stream, we will have announced a competition where you again can win a sample kit for our upcoming whiskey tasting next week, which will be a bit different. So stay tuned for more information.
大家好，我们今天来介绍2款新的威士忌。那我们在最后一样会有一个小小的竞赛，让获得就是可以获得我们3款试饮的酒。那这下一次的试饮会有一点点的不一样，所以请大家密切继续观看我们的直播。
So I would like to welcome all of you to our second live online whiskey tasting here in Taiwan. Hopefully it will be a little bit smoother and better than last time, but I guess that's the funny thing about live. Anything can happen. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to use the live stream, which I think you see on the side of this video. You can use any language. Prefer if you use English, Mandarin or Swedish, but we will work it out. I'm today joined by my friend Johnny here.
OK， 欢迎各位来到我们这次第2次线上试饮会。那就是希望会比第1次的稍微顺利一点，但是你知道，就是这就是不断尝试，就是我们最有趣的地方。那我们如果各位有任何的问题，就欢迎在我们下面的评论区，就是欢迎留言。不管你是要用英文，或是中文，或是瑞典语，我们都可以尽量为你们做解答。对，那我们现在事不宜迟，马上开始我们的试饮。
Okay, so we will try 2 whiskies today. The first one is Svensk Ek or Swedish Oak. ABV is 46.1%. It's a core edition. Yeah.
我们首先介绍我们第一款酒是瑞典语叫做 Svensk Ek， 那它意思就是瑞典橡木的意思。它的酒精浓度是46.1%。那我们马上来试试看这款威士忌。
So let's start smelling it, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a bit different from last week's core edition, which was brut whiskey, if you remember. This one I can smell some toffee, and for me it's a bit more spicy character in the scent as well. Little bit fruity. If I look at my sheet note here and I see what is the description, it says it's fruity with citrus, pear, apple, and honey. I can smell the apple as well. It has a light oakiness with sweet, lightly toasted notes of fresh butter toffee. What do you think, Johnny?
这款它闻起来比起我们上一款介绍的蓝魔坊，其实比较多了一点木质的味道。那其实它也可以闻得出有一点点柑橘，然后还有一点点水梨味。那它的木头味，除了木头味外，还可以稍微闻到一点点烤面包的味道，还有那个太妃糖的味道。那我们现在来试饮看看这个尝起来会怎么样子。
Okay, skål.
Skål.
This is actually one of my favorite Mackmyra whiskies, of all the ones I've tried at least. It's a bit more spicy character. It's quite balanced though. That's why I like it. The spiciness comes out. And that comes from the Swedish oak, which I will talk about in a minute. The taste has a spicy character with given notes of sandalwood, dried ginger, black pepper, roasted oak barrel, and herbs to the whiskey. It's fruity and smooth, with citrus, caramel, and honey. The aftertaste, it's tuned and balanced with hints of dark chocolate.
这款尝起来呢，其实很明显感受到跟上一款比起来，它是更为辛辣一点。那其实可以尝到它有一点点生姜，还有那个胡椒的味道会比较重一点。但一样还是可以稍微就是尝到一点点柑橘的味道。那 还可以稍微尝到一点点它的檀木的味道，所以它的木质味道是稍微比较重一点。然后它在尝完之后，就是当你酒慢慢下去以后，可以稍微尝到有点黑巧克力的味道。
Okay, so as I said, the name of this whiskey is Svensk Ek, which means Swedish oak. And why is it named this? Well, it's actually a quite interesting story. We have to go back 200 years when Sweden was actually a quite dominant country. At that time, our king, he loves to fight war, so he decided to go out all over Europe, and he conquered pretty much all of Europe, all the way down to Turkey, if you know your geography. So that's the biggest Sweden has ever been. And why we could do this is because our navy was quite superior at the time. And at that time, all the navy ships was built out of oak trees. So our king, he decided he always wanted Sweden to be strong, so he decided let's plant a lot of oak trees. And they're going to stand there for 200 years, so they become really strong. So we have the best ships in the future as well. So go back, so another 200 years in the future, around 20, 30 years ago now, the people that was managing this forest, they came to our king and said, Your Majesty, your trees are ready to be cut down and build ships. But our king replied and said, well, that is great news, but sure, I'm king, but actually Sweden is now a democracy, and I'm no longer in charge of the navy. And even if I were, the boats are no longer built out of oak, so I don't really know what to do with those trees. So Mackmyra actually found out about those trees, and they said, well, we can help you to take down some of those. And they decided to do that and make their own casks for whiskey in Swedish oak. And why that is special is because most of the casks in the whiskey industries are actually made out of American oak or other European trees oak, and those are normally 60 years old when they are cut down. And so this extra time, those extra 140 years, it means that, and also the harsh climate in Sweden, it gives the tree a bit more character in it, and that's why it has this spicy character in the flavor. And it's also something that is unique for Mackmyra. It's the only distillery in the world that uses this kind of oak. No other distillery uses Swedish oak.
首先这款威士忌，它会叫瑞典橡木呢，其实要讲一个故事，就是差不多200年前，在瑞典那个时候还是瑞典国王非常喜欢打仗，然后四处征战，然后他种植了很多的橡木。那因为那个时候瑞典的海军非常的强，那会拿这些橡木来去做造船嘛，然后为了迎接更多的战役，但结果事实上就是大约到了至今大概20-30年前，那些橡木都已经长好，然后负责种植这些树人就问那个时候的瑞典国王说，我们的树木已经长成了，可以用了，那我们现在要拿这些树做什么？可是实际上就是说，现在20-30年前那个时候已经没有那么多的战争，然后我们瑞典那国王也不知道拿这些树要怎么办，于是就是 Mackmyra 这边他们想到就说，我们何不就拿这些树木做自己的橡木桶呢？因为其实现在大部分的威士忌是用美国的橡木桶做，那他们的橡木桶的树龄差不多都是60年左右。那瑞典的橡木桶，在他们做成橡木桶以前的树龄差不多都是200年左右，所以在瑞典这样就比较严峻的气候下生长200年的橡木做成橡木桶，所以因此能够酿造出这么比较强烈、比较鲜明风味的威士忌出来。
Okay, so that was Svensk Ek. Let's move on to our second bottle, Äppelblom, English apple blossom. ABV again 46.1%. It is a seasonal edition, limited edition, only 20,000 bottles made. It's a cooperation with a Calvados distillery. So we will start by showing you a short video about Äppelblom before we talk and try it.
我们要介绍第二款酒叫做 Äppelblom， 那它在中文叫做苹果满盛的意思。那它一样，它的酒精浓度是46.1%。那我们在 试这款威士忌前，我们有一个小小介绍这款酒的短片给各位观赏。那我们先看这支影片。
I'm Guillaume Drouin. I'm the third generation of the Christian Drouin family.
I've heard your name in the business for many years, and when people talk about really good Calvados, it's Christian Drouin.
Got a big part of our reputation from the very old vintages. I had the chance, my grandfather spent nearly the first 20 years distilling his Calvados, aging them without selling a bottle. This is definitely a very elegant, delicate whiskey with a lot of fruity notes. I thought the match was really good. I think the whiskey you've selected was already a fruity whiskey, rather elegant and light, and I think this is just perfect to go with Calvados. Yeah, beautifully done. Congratulations, Angela.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Oh là là.
Okay, we are back, I believe, or I hope. We never know. So as you see, we already poured the whiskey in the glass when you guys were watching the video. So let's start smelling it and see what we think. Okay, it's a bit different from the Svensk Ek. I pick up some vanilla. It's quite fruity. Still, I feel like it has some spiciness to it. If I look here, it says fruity, lightly floral with vanilla notes from bourbon and new American oak casks. Toffee, toasted oak and cedar, fruity tones of apple, pear and lemon.
它闻起来比起上一款很明显，就可以闻到它真的有苹果的味道，然后也同时它还是有一点可以闻到它比较辛辣的味道出来，但是它又可以闻到一点点雪松木，还有比较多，它的果香比起上一款是比较重，就是虽然你闻得到它一样会有辛辣感，但是它的那个果香味比上一款还明显的许多。
Okay, skål. Let's try it. It's different from Svensk Ek for sure. Yeah, I can pick up some bit fruitier, still spicy though, some spiciness to it, and some apple in there as well for sure. If I look at my sheet note, it's fruity and spicy, apple, ripe pear and lemon. Fine spicy flavors of vanilla, cedar wood, aniseed, almond toffee, white pepper and ginger. A slightly rounded texture. The aftertaste is fruity and spicy together, tones together with a light oakness and soft fruity apple tang. Yeah, the apple comes out again. What do you think? You agree with this description from Mackmyra?
刚开始喝的第一口的时候，可能会觉得它其实还是辛辣感还是蛮重，但其实你慢慢品尝，你会开始感觉到，它会有一些香草的那个味道，还有苹果的味道会开始慢慢出来。那它是比较稍微带一点甜味，然后比较圆滑的味道，所以它还有一点点杏仁糖的味道。那这些味道会把刚开始第一口喝进去那种辛辣感稍微综合起来，那整个让那个辛辣感没有这么明显。然后当你那个威士忌慢慢下去之后，你可以很明显感觉到那个舌头上还是保留着原本苹果的那个甜味，还有微微的留在舌头上面这样子。
Okay, so why is this one called Äppelblom or apple blossom? Well, it is because they do this together with a very famous Calvados distillery called Christian Drouin, and this is one of the world's foremost Calvados distilleries. It was started in 1965 by Christian Drouin, and today it is run by his grandson. So it's the third generation of Calvados distilleries. So they have perfected this over the last 50 years, and that's why today is one of the most famous Calvados distilleries in the world. So basically, Mackmyra borrowed these casks where they previously had the saturated casks where they previously had Calvados, and they put in their whiskey. That's where we get all the apple and all these tones and all the fruity flavors from. So this is kind of typical of Mackmyra to do this kind of cooperation with famous wine distilleries or other things and other companies. And this is something we're going to talk about next week, a cooperation which is way out there for a whiskey distillery with one of the biggest, collaboration with one of the biggest companies in the whole world. I think some of you already know what I'm talking about, but if you don't know, next week will be quite a surprise.
那这款酒为什么会叫苹果满盛呢？其实它后面的故事就要先提到另外一家公司，叫做 Svensk Ek， 它是一家专门酿造白兰地的一家公司。那其实它在1965年开始就已经开始进行这项事业，那现在已经是它第3代了，所以它其实是相当具有经验的一家白兰地的酒厂。那这一次呢，特别 Mackmyra 跟他一起来做合作，来酿造这一款独特威士忌。他们用酿造白兰地苹果白兰地的这个橡木桶，然后把 Mackmyra 的酒放到里面去酿造。所以这也是为什么这款酒这么特别，它有那个比较明显的苹果的香气出来。那其实这也是 Mackmyra 一直以来就是对 Mackmyra 说很重要，一直乐于去做这件事。他们很喜欢去跟其他一些不同领域的公司或是酿酒厂做一些合作。那 Mackmyra 这方面一直是很勇于尝试的一家公司。
Okay, so let's see if we have any questions. Do we have any questions on the stream or anyone has reached out to us?
来看看各位有没有什么问题。我们这边
There are some comments there I can see. That's nice.
People.
Thank you for engaging. Hi.
我们有一位 Miss S 小姐问说，现在这2款酒2款威士忌里面哪一款比较适合女性做搭配？ One of our guests, she asked if which kind of whiskey is more suitable for female.
Okay. That's very interesting and I guess good question. It's very hard to answer because when it comes to whiskey, as in most things in life, taste is quite individual. But if I have to choose, and if I base this on who's buying the whiskey from us, we can see that more female tends to buy Äppelblom. And it is maybe because of the nice design and soft design, I don't know. But based on our sales figures here in Taiwan, female seems to want to buy this one more at least. So if you want to have a recommendation, I recommend Äppelblom. Or try all of them and you can make your own preference.
这个问题其实蛮有趣的，因为其实这种对味道来说是比较主观的啦。但是依照我们对目前的自己销售经验，还有对台湾市场做研究，我们觉得说苹果满盛这一款它的味道比较相对于另外一款来说比较滑顺，比较温和一点。那它也是带一点甜味，所以我们觉得说比较适合女性这样子。但是如果不合胃口也没关系，我们也欢迎就是尝试我们其他款的威士忌，相信一定可以找到适合你们的。
Okay, so what do you think, Johnny? Do you have any favorite of these two today?
It's hard to tell to choose which one is my best because for the first one, it's very surprised me because before I taste it, I smelled it. It smelled like kind of fruity, and after I tasted it, it tastes like more spicy and wooden taste. It's very different, so it's a big surprise to me.
Yeah.
And the second one, the Äppelblom. I usually not usually. I sometimes sorry. I sometimes drink whiskey after work. I never tried any whiskey have a apple taste before. It's very unique. So I think it's very hard to tell which one is my favorite.
Okay.
Maybe I'll buy 2.
Thank you. I'm happy to hear you wait till after work before you drink. Well, actually today we drink during work, so we are very blessed. So in summary, 2 whiskeys today, Svensk Ek and Äppelblom. As I said in the beginning of the video, we have a competition again. This time you will win, one winner will win 1, 2, 3 sample kits, 3 different whiskies. And with those kits, you can actually join us next Whiskey Tasting Live and try at the same time as us, and comment and see if you agree with how we feel, or if you pick up some other notes. It will be very interesting. So one lucky winner will win this one. And if you're not the winner, you can always buy it from us and we will send it to you, so you can join anyway. So all the possibilities in the world. So how do you win? It's fairly easy. You need to answer one question by commenting below this video. You need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook. I think there's a QR code here, and you can comment there as well. So 2 options. You can do both. It'll be more chance. So what is the question? The question is, how old is the Swedish oak tree when we cut them down at Mackmyra to make the whiskey barrels? How old?
好，就像我们一开始提到，我们会在最后来有一个小小的竞赛。那我们会问一个简单的问题，那我们会从回答问题的观众里面挑1位，可以获得我们下一次试饮会的试饮酒，总共有3款。那问题非常简单。那我们的问题是在瑞典橡木这款威士忌，它的橡木桶是从橡木制成的橡木桶之前，他们的树龄大约是几百年这样子。啊，我不小心把一部分的提示讲出来了。几年。好。Another question. We had another question here.
Oh, really? Sure. That's great.
Oh,
thank you.
One of the guests, she asked, where can we buy the Äppelblom?
Okay. You have a few options. One is that you can go to our website, vanaliving.com, and you can actually press an order through there, and we will contact you to do it. Another one is you can go to iShares.com.tw and buy it. Or you can go to one of our whiskey channels called Ongoro, which is in Shinsu. So if you're close to there, they have the store there. They actually sell our Äppelblom as well. So for now, 3 options. And I think we will put it in the description, right? So you will get more information there.
想买我们这款苹果满盛的话呢，现在有3个通路可以选择，一个是上我们自己的官网上可以看到有订购的资讯，那还有另外一个是上一个叫 iShares 的通路，然后还有一个是在叫 Ongoro 非洲脚印在新竹的一个通路。目前这3个通路都有贩售苹果满盛这款酒，那欢迎各位来做订购。那刚刚提到说我们会选1位观众能够获得我们这次的试饮酒，那欢迎想要获得的人在我们影片下方或是在我们的 Facebook 上做留言答案，我们会挑选其中1位。那 Facebook 的话，这边有个 QR code 应该可以看到。
Yes。
对，然后没有获的人也不用灰心，我们也欢迎来跟我们做订购，来一起做线上的试饮。对。
Okay, so thank you for the nice question and that you follow us. We're very happy and humbled. The next week will be a little bit different live whiskey tasting because I will be joined by famous whiskey connoisseur Howard, and we will go to his whiskey studio at Spirit and Wisdom and record from there. And we will try 3 whiskies. And it will be at Wednesday instead of Thursday, and it will be 8 p.m. at night. So please, we will put up the time on YouTube and everything so you can get reminders. But we will be quite special because we will introduce this very special whiskey that we have hinted on and maybe hinted a little bit too much about, but I think you know which one it is. So if you want to try at the same time, feel free to contact us to order the sample kit.
下周呢，我们的试饮会有3款酒。那为什么会是3款呢？因为有其中1款是我们刚刚有提示，是跟 Mackmyra 非常喜欢跟一些大公司做合作嘛。那其中1款酒就是跟一家全球知名，应该说没有人不知道的一个大公司做的合作。那我们这边先不说是谁，我们先卖个关子，但也许已经有一些人已经知道。那我们下一周会在礼拜3下午的8点，跟一位叫做 Howard 先生，他是一位非常专业的那个 威士忌的顾问。那在台湾其实也算是小有名气，所以其实他是非常专业的一位。那他会邀请他跟 Robin 一起做我们线上的试饮，欢迎各位踊跃来参加。
Okay, so we're coming towards an end, so I would like to say thank you, 谢谢 tack, and until next week.